Hey guys, Roger here, and today's video is very special. Got a really special unboxing for you, and we're at the ASUS UK office. But just before we get into the unboxing, check this out. This is a complete studio that ASUS have set up for content creators like me, and it's awesome. They have some really cool products on display, including laptops, smartphones, and ASUS merch as well. But despite how excited I am about the studio, I came here today for something very special. So I'm really excited because today I'm going to be unboxing this ASUS ROG branded suitcase. So let's see what's inside. This is by far the best suitcase I have ever opened, and it's very heavy too. It's packed full of ROG products, including of course the ROG Phone, and just take a look at the shape of that box. Now it took me a while to figure out how to open the box, but as you can see everything is presented really nicely. So the handset itself weighs 200 grams, and it feels like a solid device. And I absolutely love the colour and the design on the back of the phone with the RGB logo in the middle. Now we'll come back to the phone in a moment, but also included in the box is the AeroActive Cooler, which is a fan that helps to keep the phone cool while you're gaming. There's also a 20-watt power adapter, a braided USB cable, and also a pair of earbuds which really aren't bad at all. So the ROG Phone has some impressive specs. It's got a Snapdragon 845 octa-core processor that's running at 2.96 GHz, an Adreno 630 GPU, and also 8GB of RAM. It has a 1080p AMOLED display which is covered in Corning Gorilla 6 glass, but more importantly, it has a 90Hz refresh rate, which makes everything on that display seem like it's running very smoothly. Now this is the first time I've ever seen a mobile phone display with a 90Hz refresh rate, and it looks amazing. Setting up the phone took me about 5 minutes, and of course the first thing I wanted to do was to get that AeroActive Cooler connected, and that simply just slots into a special port on the side of the phone. And on the bottom there is a USB Type-C charging port and a headphone socket as well, which is brilliant because it keeps the cables out of the way when you're using the phone in landscape mode. There are touch-sensitive buttons that ASUS call air triggers on the side of the phone, and I wasn't sure if I'd actually use them, but so far they do seem very handy. You can also use the air triggers to turn X mode on or off, and that's a special mode that will boost the performance of the handset, and it disables apps from running in the background while you're playing a game. You can also turn that special mode on and off in the Game Center app, and I'll talk about that more in my full review. There's also a dual camera setup, and that's very similar to the Zenfone 5, and it can shoot video in 4K at 60 frames per second. Now from what I've seen so far, the camera isn't too bad at all. I'll be playing around with all of the phone's features though, including the camera, and then I'll be uploading my full review in the next few weeks. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss that video. So that's a quick look at the phone, but we're not done yet. In that ROG branded suitcase are all of the accessories that have been designed for this phone, starting with the phone case. Now this case has a simple design, and it's easy to get the case on the phone. The middle section can also be removed when you want to use the AeroActive Cooler, and there are cutouts on the back of the case, including the area around the RGB logo. And although the case doesn't cover the buttons or the sides of the phone, it will protect the back of the phone from knocks and scratches. Next is the Twin View dock, and I think this is my favourite accessory. It has a built-in display and another pair of stereo speakers, which gives you a really impressive amount of volume. It's also got a huge 6000 mAh battery, haptic feedback, and of course those two rear buttons. It's also got another fan and an RGB logo built in to help keep the phone cool. Now I think if you're serious about gaming, this really is a great accessory to have. Another very clever accessory is the WiGig display dock. Now this is a wireless transmitter, and whatever is displayed on the screen of the phone is sent to a larger display. ASUS say this uses AD wireless technology, so you'll get a near zero latency, which over Wi-Fi is very impressive. Next is the GameVice Controller, and this gives you console-like controls to make gameplay easier. It's quite easy to get the GameVice on the phone, and it's also surprisingly comfortable to use. Now, if you prefer console controllers, the GameVice could actually make gaming on your phone more enjoyable, and it also works well with the WiGig display dock too. If you need to connect a lot of things to your phone, ASUS have created the Professional Dock, which has a 4K HDMI output. It also has a Gigabit Ethernet port, 2 USB 3.1 ports, and also a USB Type-C port. And then there is the Mobile Desktop Dock, which gives you a lot more options. Now you can connect this dock to a 4K display and also use a keyboard and mouse, so if you prefer a PC-style gaming experience, then it might be worth taking a look at this larger dock. So a very big thanks to ASUS for giving me the chance to unbox the ROG Phone and all of these accessories. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please let me know by giving the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss my full review. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.